Hello, everyone. I wanted to come back and do this. Isn't part of the 21 days, but it's just tapping. Carly, you had a really good one here about weight being tied to relationships and protecting ourselves from being hurt, and also loving exercise. So I wanted to put these together. So weight psychosomatically, meaning body-mind connection, being overweight is definitely, if you think of it, we are physically starting to insulate ourselves in the only way we know how to protect ourselves. So absolutely, it has to do with protection. It has to do with, sorry, I'm trying to get comfortable. It also has to do with like if we're not feeling secure in our body. So think about that. If you're feeling insecure, you're going to feel like you're needing to protect yourself. So what areas in your life are you feeling insecure about? And where are you afraid you're going to get hurt again? And this would be good to go back and do today's 21 days, day 8 of tapping. Surrounded by this, it's about feeling secure within ourselves, because that's the only place it can come from. Damn it. We all learn to look outside ourselves for other people to help us feel secure. When we're children, absolutely. If you take on the responsibility of bringing a child into this world, I believe it's your duty to do what you can to make sure they're happy, healthy, safe, and protected. I'm a parent, but have I screwed up? Oh, hell yeah. I mean, I've told my daughter to send me the therapy bills. But if you don't get that base foundation when you're growing up, you're not going to feel as secure in the world. But the only place we can ever truly find that security is within ourselves. And I see this all the time in myself. And the way I know I'm outside of myself with this is when I'm looking for somebody else to change so that I feel better. When I'm looking for a behavior they have to change, when I feel better. There's a difference between that, and there's a difference of sharing love and concern with someone about a behavior that they have that you see is hurting them, and expressing that and maybe saying, I realize this is, I see this in you, and it's just wanted to let you know it might be something to consider. That's very different than you need to change this behavior so that I feel safe. So for yourself, to find that security within yourself, go to day 8 and tap on that as well, because it's about feeling fully. The more we honor every emotion we have, every emotion, hatred, anger, shame, jealousy, fear, anxiety, judgment. I don't think judgment's an emotion, but when we catch ourselves judging, when you find yourself judging somebody, can you accept that part of you that's in judgment? And can you accept the part of you that's really judging yourself? It even comes down to that, not only releasing the self-judgment, but this part of you that's wired to judge yourself. And I preach this all the time, and it's such a freaking work in progress for me. It is such a work in progress for me. It's so funny how in my own sessions, it's always like, oh yeah, there's the self-judgment again. I can catch it and I don't at the same time. So anyway, weight definitely is insulating ourselves. And the other thing I want to say about exercise, I actually do love exercise. Like I love riding my road bike. I love mountain biking. I do really enjoy hiking and being with my dogs and, having good conversations and stuff. But for me, when I'm on my bikes, I feel like a kid. There's times it's hard, when you're going up really heavy, duty hills and stuff, but then you get the bonus of coming down. But for me, I was an athlete because that's where I got my self-confidence. I sucked as a student. I wasn't a good student. So I think if you've not grown up in the exercise arena, first of all, take an inventory of what are your strengths, what are you good at, where, and you'll find them. You'll find them if you really look for them. And if exercise is not, if you're out of the habit of it, I'm not a personal trainer or anything like that, but to me, if you can start by just even taking a walk around the block. It might even have to be, I got to walk across my house. I got to walk up the stairs. You want something, I think that's you, Kim. I see a little picture. Hey, Kim. Is find little means of exercise and start building into it, like make it a win. Like, okay, I walk down the street, I walk to the mailbox. I'm not kidding when I say this. When you are not someone who exercises, or you're out of the habit of it, make that like a little win. You got to start to build that momentum of the wins. You want to slow the momentum of the negative self-talk about, get off your ass, get off the couch, do that. You want to slow that momentum at the same time you're giving yourself kudos and credit for all the little ways you're not. The other thing I want to tell you about not exercising. So if you have a fear and you need to protect yourself using weight to do it, how likely do you think that you are going to exercise? Because the possibility of exercising and releasing that weight, you're not going to do it. It's when we can look at the insights. It's not this thing. There's such a major judgment in the world. Like I said, being overweight is an acceptable prejudice. It's an acceptable prejudice. It's when we judge somebody hard for their overweightness, and we judge ourselves for it, that it's the problem. So it's a complex thing, and there's so many different tentacles tied to it. But as far as wanting to love exercise, make it a tiny little win. Like I said, I walked across the room. I bent down and touched my toes. There's a good app. Oh my gosh, I'll have to find it. And they do tiny little things every day. And I'll post in this group. Tiny little incremental changes, like touch your toes 5 times. And I so get why they're doing it. Everyday wellness, I think it's called. I'll find it though. And that's how you want to do it. It's easy for me to exercise because that's where I got my confidence as a kid. I was as an athlete. But if you're not, put me in front of a freaking teacher with a test. Oh my God, I would have been like, yeek. But find those little wins. So start small, and then tap on this idea of it's not safe to exercise, because exercise means that I could drop the weight, and dropping the weight means I'm not going to be protected. So let's just do some tapping on that. I loved your hiking picture, Kim. Speaking of exercise, karate chop. Even though it's not safe to exercise, and I don't think I ever saw it this way. Because if I exercise, I might lose weight. And there goes my protection. I choose to acknowledge I feel this way. Even though I know exercise is good for me, I know it is. But if I exercise, I could lose weight. And that's not safe. Because there goes my protection. I choose to acknowledge my feelings now. Even though me exercise, that would be embarrassing. My shame would rise to the surface. I'd feel like a clod. It's not something I've done. I choose to honor I feel this way anyway. I have such a battle within me. I know I want to exercise, or exercise more than I do. But I always find an excuse. I always find a reason not to do it. And then here comes the judgment. it just rains down on me. All the negative self-talk, all the negative self-recrimination, I just come after myself, beat myself up, using my weight and lack of exercise to do it. But this is about my safety. That's what's getting missed here. If I lose weight, I'm no longer safe. So no wonder I don't exercise. No wonder. And no wonder it's not safe to lose weight. So what if I can start to see this new perspective? I'm not bad or lazy or stupid or lack willpower. That's all a crock, I've been told. I have been trying to protect myself in the only way I know how, using my weight to do it. And what if I can love this part of me? Actually learn to love this part of me that uses weight to protect myself. That is crazy talk. If I stop judging myself for my weight, I'm going to blow up like a balloon. But what if the opposite can be true? What if I can learn to feel safe in my body right now? Just a little bit each day. And what if a way to do that is to start to feel more fully all the emotions I was taught to reject, all the self-judgments, all the ways I learned to beat myself up with massive negative self-talk. No wonder I'm insulating myself with weight. And what if I can love the part of me that learned a long time ago, in the only way I knew how, that weight is the only way I can protect myself. And if I exercise, I could lose my protection. By loving this part of me, accepting this part of me, even just this much each and every day, seeing the brilliance within me that figured out some way to protect myself, and loving the part of me that's just been trying to keep me safe. And what if the more and more I see it this way, the better I'll start to feel about myself, and the less I'll have to try to lose weight or try to exercise. And the more it'll happen for me naturally. And then take a breath. And I recommend, if you can, tap on something like this every day. It's learning to release the judgment. Oh my God, the judgment I rained down on myself in the middle, even though I didn't really wear it as much on the outside when I was younger, the judgment that I rained down on myself, around my eating disorder, it's just the only way we learned how to try to protect ourselves. It's just what you learned. And you can't change what you judge, and it's all about learning to love ourselves more and more and more, flaws, foibles, and all. Every single emotion we feel, every single one of them. Learn to allow that safe place to express them. Tapping is the perfect way to do that, and allow yourself to feel more fully. And I really think you'll find that it corrects itself. And instead of having to try to exercise or try to lose weight, you'll actually have the desire to. You're going to stop pushing yourself to try and do something that you're just not ready for. It's like, I always tell people this, and some people may think it's crazy, but you got to take losing weight or trying to exercise off the table right now and just be like, well, I've got to work on this self-love, self-acceptance, and protect myself that way. The best protection any one of us has in life is to actually love and accept ourselves more and more all the time. So Kim, thanks for being here live. A great chatting with you yesterday, and everyone have a great rest of your day. And day 8 I did, I think, about an hour ago for today. So see y'all later. Bye, Kim. Great to have you here live.